Okay, hey whiners, are you ready for this transfer project? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it comes in 3 sheets. You pick what you want and go from there. And then you take the 3 sheets and you decide how you want to place them on your project, what you want it to look like. You can cut them. You can do all kinds of different things with them. You don't even have to use it as is. So that makes it really versatile and really inexpensive and a great way to dress up these pieces. Now, I'll tell you, I make my own chalk paint. So I kind of wish that I would have sealed this first. I know the directions say don't, but if I were using store-bought chalk paint, it's not as chalky as the paint I make. So I've actually tried one up top, which you'll see in a minute. But I kind of wish that I would have because I think it would stick better. But that being said, it's sticking fine. All is well. This is kind of one of those perfectly imperfect projects. And you're just going to love it. So I'm going to turn this so you can see the whole thing and don't see me the whole time. So what we're going to start by doing is we're going to peel off this paper backing. And y'all, let me just tell you, look at how thin that is. Like you can't even see that there's any color, okay? So when you're putting this on here, oh, some of it came off. Ah, why does that happen? Oh, hang on. Trouble in paradise here. Let's see. Okay. Why is that happening? Okay, hang on. All right, well, we'll figure that out in a second. Ah, okay, it's okay. Like I said, perfectly imperfect. It's okay. We will figure it out as we go. But look, lesson learned here, don't touch this stuff. Do not touch it. I'm telling you, you will be extremely sorry because it is super sticky, super duper sticky, and it'll stick to anything really fast. So until you want it to stick, and then it's not going to stick. Okay, I'm going to place this on here. Let's see here. How do I want this? I want it over a hair. Make sure it's straight. I'm just going to eyeball it because once again, remember, we are perfectly imperfect. And you can tape it on here if you want. I personally, this stuff is pretty dang sticky. So it's going to kind of stay up there. So it's going to come with this little stick. So you see this little stick? You can use this stick. You can use a credit card, whatever. And you just rub it on there. That's it. You're just going to rub it on like a decal, basically. This is a big sticker for your furniture, but it's paper, like it's wet tissue paper thin, okay? It's not just paper thin. It is wet tissue paper thin. So it is very fragile, but like I said, that's okay. Look, my cabinet's not perfect, so we don't want it to be either because then it wouldn't match. It wouldn't match at all. So I'm going to keep rubbing, and we're going to speed things up here so that y'all don't have to watch me sit here and rub this. Oh, before I do, look here. You see I have I hope you can see this. There's a little trim, kind of changes, it's not flat. I'm just going to bring it down right up against it, get up in that corner, and rub it right along there to kind of separate it and get it attached to this bottom part. Because I kind of, in my design concept, I kind of want these pieces to kind of run together. And as you're doing this, you're going to notice that it kind of separates. You get like a bubble almost underneath. You want that because that means it's separating itself from this plastic. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward through the rest of this. Okay, now I have rubbed the whole thing. So now, because, I mean, I can't see where I've rubbed or where I haven't if it didn't actually bubble up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to lift this, and I'm going to rub it as I lift it just to make sure that it's down. Because see, this part won't stick at all. So you just want to make sure everything is rubbed down. And if you miss a piece, don't worry. Look at it coming off. So cool. Y'all want something that's satisfying? This is it. This is instant gratification. I think I got this one on pretty good. Look at us go. Oh, there's a piece still stuck. And if it lifts up a little and isn't in the right place or whatever, it just doesn't matter. This is probably one of the most forgiving things that I've worked with because it looks good even if it's not right. Y'all, this piece is going to go in a dressing room in my bedroom. So it's kind of girly, it's kind of old looking. And it's going to bring just the right amount of color that I want in there. These letters, the letters are probably the hardest thing, y'all. They want to lift up like crazy. And like I said, and you know, somebody told me on one of my sites to seal it first, but then everybody else said don't, and the website said don't. I should have listened to the person that said to do it. And like I said, if you're using store-bought chalk paint, you probably will not have this issue. This is probably just because my paint is so dang chalky. And I prefer it that way because it's easier to sand and distress. So I am perfectly okay with that, but it is not, this one is not wanting to stick, and it got kind of wonky. We may just pull that one off. Are y'all seeing this? Oh my gosh! It's perfect! You're gonna be so excited when you see it all done, or at least partially done. I'm gonna show you. Okay. All right, so what I do is after it's on there, I just kind of go over and make sure we don't have any corners lifted up. Look, that piece just didn't want to stick. We're just going to pull that right off. And you can even sand this. Like, you know how I had it really distressed right there? If I wanted to, I could just sand parts of that off. I mean, you have to lightly sand it, but you could do it. And I'm going to go here and make sure this is mashed in the corner really good. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my gosh, like that is the coolest. I have not sealed it yet, so it's actually going to be a little bit darker gray. But once it's sealed, once I finish the dressing room, y'all will see the finished product of everything. But I wanted to show that real quick. And remember what I said about being perfect? Like, I guess if I spoke French and could read this, I might notice. But you know how I was having problems and those things stuck on there? Look. That's what's missing. You can't even tell. Like, it doesn't even, it just doesn't even matter. Tips I want to give you on this project. So for sure, if you are doing one of these transfers with letters, the letters are tricky. They either don't want to stick to your piece or they want to stick to the paper. So letters are tricky. So make sure if you're using a transfer with letters that you give yourself tons of time. So you just need a little more time. This project took me, well, the transfer part took me about 30 minutes total. First time I've ever done it, so I think that's awesome. So I will tell you, this is super simple, something anybody can do, and you can do it on existing stuff that you have. You can add it. I mean, it's just, the possibilities are endless. So if you want to see what they have, it's a company called Prima, Prima. Oh, let me get the thing and I'll show you. So it comes in a tube like this, and they have a ton of different options, and it's just fabulous. So you can pick and choose and decide what you want to do, and it's pretty simple stuff, y'all, like pretty simple. So I give this a 2 glass of wine project. 1, you drink while you're doing it, and the 2nd for when you're standing back looking at how fabulous it is. Love this project. Love, love, love. Like, I cannot wait to find another reason to use these transfers. So, I think the total cost in this project was $19, and it was worth every penny and then some. And just super simple. So get on Amazon. That's where I found mine. I know you can buy them somewhere else, some other places, but I'm an Amazon junkie. So that's where I got mine. So just get on there and check it out. Follow me if you love this project. Follow me on YouTube and Instagram, and let's stay connected and do some projects together. So thank y'all and have a good night.